What's going on, guys? It's your boy CBS back with another Destiny video, and in today's video I'm going to be covering Destiny's 2.0 update, and this one's going to be all based on weapon balancing. Now I'm so excited because it's been well overdue for them to update these weapons and take a hard look at the Crucible as a whole. So before I get started, I want to say thank you very much. We are about 5 subscribers away from 4,000 right now as I'm recording this video, and I want to say thank you to you guys. I really appreciate all the continued support. Pretty soon the world as a whole is not going to be able to ignore our voice, so hopefully in the future I can be the platform for you guys to get out your thoughts and push towards a cause that we want to affect. You know, I saw something, I can't remember who it was, a YouTuber. He helped raise over $1 million by himself for a charity, and I think that's really cool, and eventually one day my community as a whole will be able to do the same thing. So with that being said, continue all the support. If you're brand new to the channel, feel free to join the team, hit that subscribe button. So that's my little plug. Anyway, so let's get to the weapons updates. Now there is a lot to cover in this update, so I'm not going to cover everything. I'm going to cover the stuff that I feel is the most important and that's going to make the biggest difference in the Crucible. Now if you want to read the full update, which I'm sure you will, it will be the first link in the description below, right below that like button. So with that being said, they went on and they talked about a lot of what they did. They said that in the update's going to be the 2.0 update, and they talked about how they know that Felwinter's Law is overpowered, and they know that the Thorn was a big issue when Trials of Osiris came out. A lot of this I already talked about before, and it almost feels like they were watching my channel directly, which I doubt they were. But in a special shout out hold on. In a special shout out to my boy Tefty Teft. In the update they referred to the GJALLARHORN as the baller horn. Now I know I wasn't the first person to call it the baller horn, but the first person I ever heard to call it baller horn was my boy Tefty, so shout out to you for getting some love from the Destiny team. So anyways, so the first big change is going to be auto rifles. Thank God, the last time that they addressed auto rifles was in the 1.1.1 update. We are currently sitting at the 1.2.0.4 update, or version of Destiny, so it's been a long time overdue since they actually addressed the auto rifles and the lack thereof use of that weapon. So in the update they show some pictures of the examples of how they're going to show, or how they're going to address the auto rifles. So at close range is going to be the most effective, and at medium range is going to be where you start to see the damage fall off, and at long range is going to be almost impossible to compete with something like a scout rifle, or even, I wouldn't say hand cannon because they addressed that already. So the goal is they're going to optimize it for close to medium range. They're going to affect the stability slightly, so making repeated precision shots a little bit more difficult, and make it more of a skill bait, make it more for skillful users to continually land precision shots. They're also boosting the damage by 10% for AI enemies, so for you PvE players, at least auto rifles will at least be able to be used kind of like they were when at launch, because I remember when the game first came out back September, I used the Suros in PvE a lot, whereas now I don't ever use auto rifle. The thought of using it doesn't even cross my mind. Now in the Crotas and Raid I do use the Abyss Defiant every so often, and they also increased the base damage across all auto rifles. They didn't give a percentage, they just said increase base damage. So they covered pulse rifles, but from what I understand, the only real noticeable thing that I got from the pulse rifle update is that they reduced base damage of the medium rate of fire pulse rifles by 2.5%. Why, I don't really know. I'm assuming they're probably talking more like the Red Death and the Messenger. So they also reduction in base stability, so I don't know how that's going to affect somebody like me that uses the Messenger with perfect balance. The Messenger is a laser beam, so I'm not really sure how that's going to affect it. And they're going to increase the magazine size for those. Scout rifles on the other hand, they finally showing it some love. So they're going to increase the base damage for medium to high rate of fire scout rifles. So basically like the Deadshot Luna, the Beeline Trauma, or any of these other medium to high rate of fire, Mida Multi-Tool even, they're going to increase the base damage for those. They didn't really give a specific number how much they're going to increase it by, but they will. And they also are increasing the damage against AI enemies. So for your PvE cats, 5% damage increase for your scout rifle as well. So it's supposed to be the most effective at long range. And they also put a note in here that there shouldn't be a way where a hand cannon should be able to compete with a scout rifle at long range. So I've been begging for that for a while, because I would love to use scout rifles. Scout rifles, to me, is supposed to be the most, minus pulse, like subtract pulse rifles, scout rifles should be the most skillful weapon in the game for the, I guess, the top tier of players. So that should be able to, I guess, signify or differentiate between the two players. So hand cannons, this is definitely a topic that a lot of people want to hear about. And I'll try to cover this one a little bit more in depth than I did the other one. So there's a whole 3 or 4 paragraphs covering all their thoughts on Hawkmoon, Thorn, Last Word, etc. And I'm going to cover all the exotic stuff specifically at the end of the video. So if you want to skip ahead, feel free. I will timestamp when I start talking about the exotics in the description if you want to skip ahead. So with the hand cannons, I want to go over everything they said. Goals: hand cannons are optimal at close to medium range, same as auto rifles. Hand cannons are optimal when shots are paced, but become less effective when fired quickly. Rewards: agility under fire, precision targeting, and snapshots. Hand cannons cannot reliably compete with scout rifles at long range. So that's what I just said. Changes: start damage fall off closer to the player to limit long range lethality. That is important because that's what the community has been screaming for. They all love the power of a hand cannon, but they hate the fact that you can compete with a sniper rifle with a hand cannon from across the map. That's ridiculous to me. Small reduction in ADS accuracy, targeted at making long range snap shooting less reliable. Reduce final accuracy when firing from the hip. Reduce magazine size for all base inventory stats. So all the hand cannons are getting reduction in their magazine size. Reduce base optics for all hand cannons. So they did a lot of reductions to the hand cannons. They're just trying to get it back to, I guess, the archetype that it was supposed to be, that close to medium range, not a sniper rifle in your hand. So shotguns, they seem like they hit those a little bit harder too. Shotgun perks that enhance lethality at range should be less effective when combined with high initial range stats. So something like the Fellwinter's Lie has got the most range for a shotgun. The shot package accuracy is going to be, they're going to reduce the shot package accuracy buff by 30%. So before, previously they buffed it up, now they're reducing that buff by 30%. Rangefinder adds a 5% base increase on ADS. It used to be 20, so they're reducing that by 15%. That's a lot, man. I feel like shotguns might die from this buff, but that's fine because it's supposed to be a primary game, and specials are supposed to be for special scenarios. It's not supposed to be a run around primary weapon unless you're using the universal remote like somebody like Paper Cut would use. And they also reduce precision damage, and they're reducing the damage against AI combatants by 10%. Why, I don't know. I felt like they're exactly where they need to be against the computer players, but we'll see how that affects it in PvE, because I know they want shotguns to be used, but we'll see. Fusion rifles I'm not going to really cover because I don't use them, but I might, they also talked about a lot of things that I thought were bad idea. They talked about slowing the charge rate, decreasing the speed of the projectile, some silly stuff that I think that was a bad idea for me, but I haven't really ran into people that are really good with the fusion rifle, so maybe they did it for a reason. Sniper rifles, they left them pretty much exactly the way they were, but they did change the final round. So this is the change. Final round on snipers buff precision damage only, not base damage. So if you hit them in the body, no difference, but precision damage is going to be a big time increase. So basically it's taking the effectiveness out of PvP completely. It's only going to be good for PvE players. The change only affects this perk when combined with sniper rifles. So that doesn't, the final round perk is not being changed, it's just being changed for sniper rifles. Rocket launchers, they pretty much left them the same. The only thing that I will note is that the grenades and horseshoes perk, the proximity detonation was reduced slightly, so we'll see how much that actually is, but they did increase the blast radius, so hitting against the wall could be more effective. So right now is going to be the exotic weapon tuning, so this is going to be the part where a lot of people want to hear. So you already heard them increase the auto rifles, which is fantastic, so you might see the Suros finally live again. Here's one that people want to talk about: hard light. They increased the base stability from 65 to 80. They increased the bounce count for hard light projectiles, and they also, hard light projectiles are not affected by damage fall off. So basically, auto rifles are going to start falling off at medium range as far as damage is concerned, but with the hard light, from what I understand, the damage fall off is not going to be affected by that part of the auto rifle buff. So hard light might be pretty decent at long range, and I've seen people using it already, and this is before the update. So hard light is a pretty decent, is a high rate of fire with decent impact on it, so it could be finally get some love in the Crucible. We'll have to see. The Necrochasm, this is one of the weapons that completely was probably the worst weapon they ever made. They increased the stability on that from 40 to 60. They increased the magazine size. Cursebringer perk will always trigger on precision kills. Cursebringer explosions have increased radius and deals way more damage. Now the last word. The last word has the fastest time to kill in the game. And the changes they're going to make: reduce range stat from 10, it used to be 20. So the range is already getting dramatically dropped. Reduce stability from 20 to 20, it used to be 30. So it's going to be more unstable, and it's going to have less range, which is fine with me because it should take skill to use that weapon, in my opinion, and it really doesn't. That is the noobiest of all weapons. Reduce the effective range while in ADS. Increase accuracy and precision damage aim assist scale when firing from the hip. So that's really good for me because I only use the last word from the hip. And they also fixed the bug when hip firing bonus applying incorrectly. So basically you have that proc for extra damage when you're aiming in for your sights, but you are sometimes getting it when firing from the hip. So they completely took that out, thank God. That was a small bug that was a big annoyance in the Crucible. Now the big update that everybody wants to hear about is the Thorn. Now they show a chart here showing how much Thorn was used in PvP during Trials of Osiris time frame. So like on the weekends, didn't get used much. During the weekday, didn't get used much. On the weekends, it spiked to the most used weapon in the Crucible. Well, so it was pretty ridiculous how much people used Thorn during Trials of Osiris, and now it is not what they wanted to happen. But honestly, it's kind of a good thing because Thorn needed to be addressed, and Trials of Osiris was the monster that they needed to solve it. So changes: reduce base stats of Thorn's Mark of the Devourer damage over time to roughly 1/3 of what it used to be. So whatever 1/3 of 8 is what the damage over time is. So basically you're gonna have to at least land 3 to 4 shots, precision shots, to kill somebody now, which is good for me. The Thorn was way overpowered, and I mean the damage over time is still gonna be good. It's just it'll help keep their shields down for you to continue to land shots on them. So allow damage over time to stack up to 5 times across multiple landed projectiles. So you can land up to 5 shots on the target before it stops stacking. So that's the only real changes they did. They didn't decrease the damage. Oh, reduce. Yeah, they didn't reduce any damage to it. They didn't change any of the other stuff. So that's really good. Hawk Moon they covered. They added a stack limit to the luck in the chamber and holding of aces, so that you can only 2 of the bonus perks will ever stack in 1 round. So because you guys, it's in the PlayStation world they call it the proc moon because sometimes you get the luck in the chamber, the holding aces, and the final round or whatever the other perk is. So you're basically getting all 3 perks in 1 shot, allowing you to kill an enemy in 1 shot, which is ridiculous. That should never happen, but that's been happening basically since the beginning of the game. This is why most people use the Hawk Moon on PlayStation. But it adds 2 rounds to the Hawk Moon's magazine when holding aces is unlocked. Luck in the chamber damage reduced by 3%. So the Hawk Moon's still going to be very effective. And just hopefully the proc moon problem that they were having is reduced slightly. The Icebreaker, this kind of affects me because I've been working on these switch tosses for you guys, and the biggest change they made was that they reduced the charge rate for the Icebreaker from every 5 seconds like it used to be to every 8 seconds now. So for you guys that use the Icebreaker in PvP so you can just sit back and never have to worry about getting special, when you die, it's going to take a round is going to spawn every 8 seconds. So just keep that in mind if you're an Icebreaker user in the PvP realm. No Land Beyond, they made some changes. They increased weapon handling speed for faster time to aim, ready, and stow. So basically you can quick scope with it, if I'm reading that correctly. The Black Hammer they covered. I don't really know why they covered the Black Hammer in the exotic section, but I'll cover it anyway. They increased the inventory of the magazine to 18 rounds, and the White Nail perk now pulls ammo from your inventory. So I'm confused if you're supposed to. The White Nail perk is supposed to take precision shots and turn them into just continually reload your magazine. I'm assuming that it was supposed to do that originally, but I'm not really sure. But that kind of sucks because now you're running out of special. That's why I use the black hammer so much. Here's something that people are not gonna like. They are nerfing the Ballerhorn. So right here, this is the shout out I was giving to Tefty earlier. If Destiny had a nuke, it would be the Ballerhorn. We definitely intended to have a high damage heavy weapon that was ideal for PvE destruction, but what we did not intend, and what we unfortunately saw, was pickup raid and nightfall groups gating participation based on whether or not players had this weapon. Gjallarhorn was so strong that for many people it became the only answer to get through tough encounters, and therefore there was less willing to spend time with other players that didn't have it. So basically, if you didn't have the Ballerhorn, you didn't get to play in certain type of activities with the top tier players, which I've seen that before. If you go into any of the LFG sites, you'll see, you know, Atheon checkpoint, must have Ballerhorn, must be level 34 or whatever, as an example. So what they did was they reduced the Wolfpack rounds damage. That's the only change they made. So everything else will remain the same. There's just the Wolfpack rounds themselves will take a little bit longer to kill, or a little less damage, because I think what they do, like 280 per Wolfpack round, there's 12 of them, so it's basically essentially another rocket hit. It's not bad. So there's a lot of stuff. I know I covered a whole lot of stuff. There's way more stuff in the update if you want to read it specifically. I'm sorry if I didn't cover exactly what you wanted. Please comment in the comment section below what you thought of this update. I think it's about time that they finally looked at some of these weapons and some of these imbalances. I'm excited to see the auto rifles back in the Crucible. I'm excited to see scout rifles damage come back up. I'm excited to see the Thorn use reduced a little bit. And there's a lot of stuff that is going to be really good. So with that being said, my name is CBS. Thank you again for 4,000 subscribers. We are coming up. We're going to take over this YouTube game together as a team. I'm so excited. So as always, be safe, and I will catch you guys on the next one. Peace.
Oh, what are you waiting for? Do it! Yes, you can!